What's up, everybody? Obviously, it's a weird time right now, so I'm going to be bringing you daily updates. I'm going to do my best to make them daily, but I'll be bringing you updates on what's going on from our perspective, hopefully on a daily basis. Those are going to be taking place on my personal YouTube channel, so check out Trevor Bauer on YouTube. For those of you who don't know that I have a separate personal YouTube channel, that's what it is. So I'm going to be giving you vlog-style updates on the coronavirus and how it's affecting players and the industry and inside information on what's going on and all that good stuff. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned. Go check out my personal channel. Follow me there, subscribe, and I'll give you those things. The next thing I wanted to say is that this is a very serious issue. We're not sure how serious it actually is. It could be somewhat serious, it could be very serious. I think that's where all the confusion is coming from, is no one really knows what's going on. We know this virus is extremely contagious. It spreads very quickly. We're not sure what the symptoms really are. Maybe we are outside of the U.S. or outside of my knowledge base. I don't know, but it seems to affect older people more than it affects younger people. It seems to affect large gatherings, obviously, given that it's so contagious. So I just want to make a disclaimer here that me sharing my perspective is in no way diminishing the perspectives of others. I'm not trying to make it a trivial issue by any means. If I talk about issues that I'm going through, it's not me saying that my issues are more important than other people's issues. Obviously, there's, this is life and death type of thing. So I just want to make that clear. But I am going to be sharing my thoughts from my perspective on some things that are going on and try to give you guys some insight. So on that front, I guess an update of where we are right now. Today is March 13th, actually Friday the 13th, which probably couldn't be any more perfect. But spring training has been canceled or postponed. There's no games going on right now. Teams are not practicing. We have been informed as the Reds that we are not to come to the facility today. The facility will be open, we believe, in the future, on an optional basis. Players do not have to report, but they can if they want, except for today. The facility is closed. So that's the first update. The next thing is that apparently the Players Union and the league office are going to be meeting today and tomorrow to try to figure out what we're going to do. The season's been pushed back till April 9th, I believe, is the report date or the opening day date as of now. It's my personal opinion that will change and get pushed back more. With how everything's going, I just don't see a way that we ended up starting on the 9th. But that's all just conjecture. So players have been asked, as far as I know and talking to other players have been asked to stay in Arizona or in Florida, wherever they are for spring training, for the next couple of days until the commissioner's office and the union can figure out how we want to handle this. Some of the options there are: do we send players home to be with their families? Do we keep players here in spring training to avoid travel risks? Do we go to a separate location? Do we go to the home cities? These are all kind of things that are being talked about. We're not sure. I know some players aren't very thrilled with the fact that they would stay here in Arizona, but their families may be other places. So I have heard talk from some players that they're actually going to leave Arizona or Florida, go home, get their families, and then come back and report. Some people may drive home to avoid flying. Some people may fly. I'm not sure. I personally am planning on staying here in Arizona for the next month-ish, or until we hear further information on where we may go or what we will be doing. A couple other things to think about at this point, questions that I have that we don't have answers to, is, how long are players going to get to warm up and get ready for the season once we do have a solid report date? Are we just going to push the season back 2 weeks and extend spring training 2 weeks? What if the season gets pushed back a month or 2 months? How long will players actually have to get in playing shape and to play games and whatnot? Because it's a player health risk to just jump back into games right away. Pitchers may not have been built up. Some players may have family that has the virus. Some players may not throw. They may be with their family. They may travel. They may try to go different places or quarantine. So there's really no rule book for this to figure out when you should be throwing or how much you should be hitting or anything like that. So that's one thing that's big on my mind is how much notice are we going to have leading up to season to get ready for it. Another thing that's on my mind is all the people that work with the organizations, the support staff, clubhouse guys, video guys, all the people that work at the stadiums, people that work in spring training with games being postponed. Are they getting paid? Are players getting paid? We don't know if we're getting paid, but even for the support staff and the people working and people who rely on their jobs during season at the stadium to be able to feed their families and put food on their tables, to get medical supplies, healthcare, whatever the case is, like, are they getting paid or not? If that extends out a month, 2 months, like, what are those people going to do if they're not getting paid to be able to provide for their families? Obviously, as baseball players, we're in a different situation economically than the vast majority of people. We're very fortunate for that. But that's something that's definitely on my mind. And I know a lot of other players' minds at this point as well, is like, how are these people that support us, the people that come out and watch our games? And at the end of the day, we're entertainers, so we play for the fans. How are the fans going to deal with this? And so this is all just up in the air. We don't really have any answers right now. So this is stuff that we're all talking about. Let's see, what else? As far as the games go in the season, if we miss 3 weeks of games, do we just shorten the schedule? Are those 3 weeks added to the back end of the season? If they're canceled, how does that affect service time for players? How does that affect pay? Are we paid on a prorated basis? Are we paid for the full year? A lot of guys, haven't been paid in 6 months. Fans may not know that. Players don't get paid year round. We get paid during season. So if the season ends, the end of September, then we haven't been paid since October, November, December, January, February. It's now March. We're in the middle of our 6th month without having received a paycheck. Not a big deal for me personally, but for guys that are on the minimum, guys that are in the minor leagues, especially guys in the minor leagues. I mean, they make no money basically during season anyway, and now they haven't been paid in 6 months, and now they have families that concerns and health concerns and all this different stuff. So when we're going to get paid is an issue that we're all kind of thinking about, because we have concerns just like normal fans of like, how do we support our family? How do we take care of everybody? So that, and then when the games get played, do we lose off days during the season? Do we play every single day? Is it something where we add 3 weeks on to the end of the season? How does that then affect the postseason and the weather conditions at the back end of it? There's just a lot of issues going on right now, a lot of questions that are swirling. I'm sure you guys have a lot of questions as well. So if there's anything you'd like to know more about, like I said, I'm going to be doing daily updates for you guys. So drop those in the comments below. If you have any questions, concerns, inside information, anything you want to say, please let me know. I'll try to answer those things in the daily videos. And just so you remember, those daily videos are going to be taking place on my personal YouTube channel, Trevor Bauer. Find it on YouTube. I put up a lot of content over there. So look for a lot of content to come out during this time. Try to engage with the fans as best as possible. I have some creative ideas, so hopefully you guys like those. Those will all be taking place over on my personal channel. So on that note, hope everyone stays safe. Take care of your families. Hope you all are able to stay healthy and avoid whatever the circumstances are right now. Again, we're not really sure how serious this is or isn't. So stay safe, and I will see you guys all in the next video.